Hey everyone, today I'd like to show you how to create an OD manager job description. OD manager or organizational development manager for a manufacturing company. So organizational manager or OD manager is very critical job or position in a large organization. And if you are a large organization or some large organization are hiring OD manager for their business in order for them be able to take care of the organizational development of their company, especially if they have more employees in their organizations. They employ more employees in their organizations. Like, what is a large business or large organization? In the US, SBA, Small Business Administration, they say 500 employees and above. Companies are considered large business. In EU or European Union, their companies are, some companies are having 250 or more employees are considered large organization. But in other countries, especially in Asia Pacific, they consider a large business or large organization when the business is having a large amount of asset in terms of capitalization. So they consider that a large organization, despite it doesn't matter whether they have a small complement of employees or a large complement of employees. Doesn't matter. What's important for them is the asset of the company. Let's say 1 million capital, 10 million, 100 million rather capital. 1 million is too small. 100 million capital, 200 million capital, even $500 million capital, then that would be considered as a large business in Asia Pacific. Okay, especially in the ASEAN nation, the Southeast Asia nation. So very important, if you are a large organization, you must have an OD manager to take care of your development of your employees, development of the business, in terms of the training and development of people, in terms of taking care of the culture of the business, things like that. So OD manager is very important if you have this kind of job. And what we have, or what we are having here, is the system which we are, the standards which we are copying from the Hayes system of the US. In the US, the job description standard that we follow is the Hayes system, as well as the job analysis, as well as the job evaluation. I always follow the Hayes system because I have attended training with Hayes system, so I'm familiar with the Hayes system in terms of the job description, in terms of the job evaluation. So what we're having now here is the Hayes system of job description. So what is the significance of having an OD manager in the organization? What is the purpose? And what does it contribute for? You see, an OD manager is critical for fostering long-term organizational health, adaptability, and growth. So in today's fast-changing business environment, for example, digital transformation or remote work, OD manager ensure organizations remain agile, employee-centric, and aligned with strategic goals. They bridge gaps between people, processes, and culture, prevent stagnation, and driving sustainable success. So what is the purpose of the OD manager? The purpose is to design and implement strategies that enhance organizational effectiveness, and of course this would include assessing current systems, culture, and performance gaps, developing interventions to improve collaboration, leadership, and employee engagement, aligning organizational structure, processes, and talent with business objectives. So the key contributions of the OD manager's culture building shapes a positive, inclusive culture that boosts morale, retention, and innovation. Change management guides organizations through transitions, mergers, tech adoption, for example, by minimizing resistance and ensuring smooth implementation, especially if your organization is a unionized organization. Change management is a critical process that should be done smoothly, of course, with the help of the OD managers. Leadership development identifies and nurtures future leaders via training, coaching, and succession planning. Okay? Succession planning actually is very critical in large organization because of the issue in terms of the labor market, competition. Some large organization or fortune companies are looking for talents in the labor market, and there is a stiff competition between large companies or between fortune companies. So that's why very important that you have a succession planning. If one manager is retiring or resigning, who is going to replace him? Do you have a ready leader in your area who can replace him right away without having him subject to some training and development, things like that? Does he have the what you call the readiness level of employee? I know if you have attended the training on readiness level, readiness level 1, readiness level 2, readiness level 3 and 4. So very important in the succession planning that you have a plan in place for the training and development of a certain employee in your organization. Another one is performance improvement, analyzes workflows, reduces inefficiencies, and designs feedback systems to enhance team and individual performance. And another is employee engagement, implements programs, for example, surveys recognition to increase satisfaction and productivity, directly impacting business outcomes. So, by focusing on people and systems, OD managers turn organizational challenges into opportunities for growth, ensuring long-term competitiveness. Okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this HAY system, HAY standard of job description. I'm gonna write the job description of the OD manager. As you can see, I've already included here the job title, which is the OD manager. Then of course job number, job code, things like that. Then the location could be a station in the head office or in manufacturing plant. Okay, and the division, for example, is operations. You got different division in your companies, like you got operations division where you have the manufacturing plant, production of some fast moving products, manufacturing of fast moving products. Then the position reports to head of HR, human resources, HRM, human resources manager, or head of HR. Or if CHRO is available in your organization, Chief Human Resources Officer. This is just like CFO. In the finance, they got CFO. In the training and development, they also got, or the HR, they also have this CHRO, Chief HR Officer. Then functional manager's designation, since he is looking after the training and development of the operations, then the functional manager should be the VP or Vice President of Operations, if this is existing. Or she or he could also report to a Chief Transformation Officer as functional manager designation. Okay. Immediate subordinates could be OD specialists, organizational development specialists, training coordinators. Some companies are calling this training officer, or technical trainers, things like that, or training coordinators. Okay, because these training coordinators will be in contact with the HR, the learning and development manager, because the learning and development manager is the one planning for the training, the one who is doing the TNA, training needs analysis of employees, and the training coordinators will be reporting to the OD manager. At the same time, will also be coordinating with the learning and development manager or some other SME, subject matter experts. And date of effect is I just put it 8 September. You can put whatever date you want to put it here. Then revision number, if you have revised the job description, then you can also put revision number 1, revision number 2. So that is the number of revisions. Okay, now I'm gonna write the core purpose of job. This is important in the this will determine what is the purpose, what is the contribution that he's gonna have for the company. For example, culture, development, things like that. So he will be in charge in the development of the employees, in coordination, of course, with the learning and development manager. All right, but he's the more expert when it comes to the culture, when it comes to the development and things like that. But of course, learning and development managers, is also expert in terms of the development of employees, the on-the-job training processes, the standard operating procedures, the methodology of the training, the equipment that will be utilized, the planning of the training in general. So that will be the responsibility of a learning and development manager. Some are calling them training manager, or some are calling them learning and development manager. Okay, but almost the same in terms of the content of the job description, in terms of the areas of responsibility, in terms of the key activities. So I'm gonna say to drive organizational effectiveness. Okay, workforce capability. So workforce capability. 3. And then of course, the culture of the organization, cultural alignment of the organization. So this is intended for manufacturing plant or manufacturing business of the organization. So I'm going to say cultural alignment across manufacturing operations. So I would say that. Okay? Cultural alignment across manufacturing operations. Okay, so that would be a good purpose of this talent of this manager. So I would say by designing and executing OD strategies, okay, I would say that support lean transformation. Lean manufacturing or lean management is very critical in manufacturing operations. That's why most companies are doing manufacturing business is hiring people with Six Sigma skills, so because of the lean, okay, the lean manufacturing transformation. Okay, leadership, development. Okay, I'm gonna check this out. Okay, leadership development. When I have attended, ESTD, ESTD is association ESTD. I forgot the name. Training for training development. USTD rather. USTD. United States. ESTD. Association. ESTD. American. Sorry, I forgot. That was a long time ago. American Society for Training and Development. Okay, American Society for Training and Development. So when I have attended the conference there in Colorado, USA, I was talking to some training and development managers and asked them what are the most important thing or training needs that you're providing for your subordinates or your employees, and they say leadership development. That is very important in their organization. Everybody should attend leadership training, skills development, because that's very important in the organization, especially if you're dealing you're having, for example, you're having unionized people, or you're having a CRM, customer relationship management in your organization, and you're dealing with customers, you're solving problems, and your leadings, we say you're leading 5,000 people or 1,000 employees or 500 employees. Those are large organization, and you need to you need good leaders, so you have to develop the leadership. So the leadership development and employee engagement. Okay, this will start from the moment that they were hired, and this is part of the onboarding process giving them onboarding process, you know, try to give them you know training, induction, so that they will learn about the company business and the culture of the business, things like that. So they should be able to engage with the people and the culture. So that's very important. So this is the purpose of the core purpose of job: to drive organizational effectiveness, workforce capability, culture alignment across manufacturing operations by designing and executing OD strategies that support lean transformation, leadership development, and employee engagement. Very critical, very important purpose of a manager, of a leader in an organization. So now I'm gonna write the areas of responsibility, AOR, and their corresponding success indicators. Then I'm gonna write the key activities of the role. Then next is job features, the job dimensions in terms of quantifiable job feature, for example, volumes handled, revenue, and budget size, number of subordinates, things like that, and number of suppliers, number of customers served, variety of functional areas handled. So this is part of the job dimension. And also job context. The job context in terms of circumstances characterizing the job, working hours, location, stress, physical conditions, resources available, and key relationships, Alright. And then qualification. There are two things here. Essential qualification, desirable. Same thing with the experience, essential experience, desirable responsibilities, and the competencies also. The last part of this job description, the competencies in terms of knowledge, skills, and attitude. Okay? So, every role in the organization, you have to look for what are the required competencies for an employee. So you're gonna do the TNA for that employee. What are the training needs, training requirements for that employee in terms of knowledge, skills, and attitude for that competencies. Okay? It could be a technical competencies, it could be something else. Okay, so these are the things that we're gonna write in the job description. Okay, we're finished with the core purpose of job. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write the area of responsibility or AR. So I'm gonna say plant level, change initiatives. So under this, I'm gonna put a bullet for this, so that will be look good. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write the area of responsibility first, then I'm gonna write next the corresponding success indicators for this AOR. Okay, the next one would be I'm gonna put a space for this. Okay, next thing is leadership development. That's one of the AOR for this manager. Leadership development. Okay, right. Then the next important area of responsibility of the OD manager is culture and engagement. Okay, culture and engagement. Very important for, especially if you're having a large organization where you have a multicultural uh, environment. You know, you have different people, different from different places, coming from different places, from different countries. You know, so difficult to put them together in one workplace and get them engaged. You know, and develop a positive culture within this employee complement. That would be a difficult thing to do. So culture and engagement is a good thing, good AOR for the OD manager. Then capability building. So capability building. Alright. Then succession and talent planning. Very important as well. Succession. What is the spelling of succession? Double S. Double S I O N. Succession and talent. It also be good in addition to the OD manager if you have a talent manager at the same time, you know, take care of the talents, you know. So also something to do with development of the employees. Okay, talent planning. I'm gonna do that next time, the talent manager JD, job description. So another AOR is OD strategy and advisory. All right. Oh, wrong spelling. All right. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this would be enough. Okay, we cover everything. AOR for the OD manager. Now next is where I'm gonna write the success indicators for this. So okay, successful rollout of lean programs. Lean programs of the manufacturing. Okay, semicolon, reduce resistance, because you're gonna be doing change management. So reduced resistance for especially the front leaders, you know, the production leaders. Very important that you are able to, you know, reduce the resistance. And then bottom line is we're gonna improve KPIs, right? Key performance indicators, right? Okay, I'm gonna put space in between. So another one is increased frontline leadership. Frontline leadership. So who are those? You're talking about team leaders, line leaders, team managers, senior team managers, no? Superintendent, foreman, you know, those kind of people, you know, they are always dealing daily with the workforce. Those are very important. Okay, capability. Then another thing is reduced supervisory level, supervisory turnover. Okay, because you're giving them opportunities to grow. You give them leadership skills development programs, and of course incentives is one of them. And you're trying to put a positive culture in the workplace, and you will be able to minimize or reduce turnover, supervisory turnover. Okay, very difficult to train them, very difficult to sustain their development, and then you will get only, in the end you only get high turnover. That would not be good for the organization. So that's why this is the criticality of the OD manager's role in the organization. So okay, another one, improve engagement. Scores in production. Units. You have several production units, several SBUs, strategic business units, several SKU that they are producing. Therefore, different kinds of machines, and these are state-of-the-art machines, and there are lots of them, and you have to take care of these machines because these machines are very expensive, very high acquisition cost. At the same time, you are putting big budgets in terms of repair and maintenance to maintain these units. So you need effective and efficient people to work in the production units. So you may have to make people happy. Are people happy, then you will have lower absenteeism. Okay, lower absenteeism. Is that right? The spelling? All right. Okay. That's it. Okay. So lower absenteeism and completion rates. Of technical and behavioral training. Behavioral not accepted. This is because it needs you. Yeah. British spelling. Training. Okay, and then shouldn't be space here, and then improve audit readiness. This is good for proactive people, proactive managers in the business, and they always correct some mistakes in the production, some mistakes in the SOPs and the methodologies, and maybe in terms of the GMP, in terms of the hygiene, in terms of the safety issues, health and safety issues. They're always ready for audit. Okay, and they're not afraid, they're not scared of getting audited. Audit could be internal with some people who have attended audit, you know, audit leaders doing audit internally by the people within the organization. Maybe production people will be audited by the people from the warehouse, or supervisors who are auditors also at the same time from the warehouse. Okay, so warehouse is also getting audited by the laboratories, or laboratory is getting audited by the health and safety department, things like that. Okay, so they're always ready for that. Okay, and next I'm gonna say ready now. Talent. Ready now talent for shift leads. Shift leads. Okay. Supervisors or team leaders or team managers and plant managers. Some organizations are calling them production managers. You got production managers, then you get senior production managers, or you got a plant manager or senior plant managers, or you get a manufacturing managers. You know, those are leaders in the organization, especially in manufacturing. Then for the last AOR, area of responsibility, OD strategy and advisory. So I'm gonna say OD roadmap. OD, sorry, this should be on another line. All right. OD roadmap aligned, right, with operational goals. Semicolon. Then stakeholder satisfaction. Okay, stakeholder satisfaction. They should be satisfied, otherwise they will lose interest in the business growth. You know, if they say something nice going on in the workplace, in terms of their culture, in terms of the leadership skills, in terms of their knowledge, you know, in terms of the cohesiveness. I was talking about the a multicultural environment, workplace, you know. So these people should be satisfied. Okay, I think I missed the S, satisfaction. All right, stakeholder satisfaction. So that's it for the area of responsibility and the success indicators.